श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्त कौमुदीयं विरच्यते अ इ उन् ऋल् ऋक् ए ओङ् ऐ औच् हयवरट् ळण् ञमङणनं झभञ् घडधश् जबगडधश् खफचटथ चटतौ कपै श ष सर् फल् इति माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि सु औजस् अम् औक्षस् ताभ्यां भिस् ङेभ्यां भ्यस् ङसिभ्यां नस् ओस् आम् ङि ओस् सुप्. So yesterday we were seeing out. In out we were seeing idudbhyam parasya gnyehe out syat. Following the it ut, the gni gets out. Okay, that is what the sutra says. Where there we saw Sakhyau Shesham Harivat Shobhana Sakha Susakha, a good friend, Susakha, Susakayo Susakaya. Anang Nidvad Bhavayoho Angtvat Tadanteapi Pravrutti. In Anang and Nitvad Bhav, since it is there is in Ang, the Tadantayapi Pravrutti. This is something. Angatvat. Tadangatvat. Angatvat, Tadangatvat. Okay? We will see this. Tika says, Susaketi Pradisamasa, Rasaki Bestachiti, touch Natu Bhavati, Na Pujanti Nisheda. Touch does not take place because Na Pujana, that is, there is a negation for Pujartha. So here we are talking about a friend, very good friend, means in a very respectful way. When you do it in a respectful way, Pujana is respect. So that in not worship, not just worship, in a respect also. So we don't do this touch. Anang sau upada dirgha halnyaditya iti lopaha na lopa iti nakara lopa iti bhavaha. So anang sau upada dirgha, then halnya bhyo dirgha suti se pratham hal, then na lopa pradipadikantasya. Therefore we have a supa, this rupa. Susakayo susakaya iti. Nidvad bhavo vruddhi ayadesha iti bhavaha. Nidvad bhavaha vruddhi takes place and ayadesha takes place, so sukhaya ityadi. Now, this is where we have to start in the tika. Now, anang nidvatve sakhi shabdasya vidhiyamane katham susakhi shabde syatamiti. See, anang nitva takes place only in sakhi shabda. How can it take place for susakhi also? So for that he says anang ityadina. Ankadikaratstataya padangadikare iti paribhashaya sakhi shabdante api pravurtiti. So for the question, how can it be for Susaki? It is only for Sakhi, it is said. Don't worry. Angadhikarastha, this belongs to Angadhikara. In Angadhikara, the rule is Padangadhikare tasyacha tadantasyacha. That is the rule. In Pada and Angadhikara, whatever happens for that particular word and whatever word has that particular word in end, for that also the change takes place. Therefore, Sakhi Shabdantepi. For Sakhi and for Sakhi Shabdanta also the change takes place. Iti bhavaha pravruttiti. And evam sati Susakhi Shabde asakhi iti paryudasad ghitva bhave natvadi nasyadityaha. Oh, if you are going to bring in this, then I am going to also say something else. What are you going to say? The opponent says. Then, if tasyacha tadantasya is going to be there, then Susakhi Shabda is not, see, it is negated as Sakhi Bhinna. It is not asakhi iti paryudasa. So in Sesho Gyasakhi, we have negated it, the Sakhi Bhinna. So Sakhi Bhinna means Sakhi word and whatever has Sakhi in the end. So therefore Ghi will not take place. Therefore we will not have Nanta, Ango, Nastriyam, etc. will not take place. Iti ityataha. For that he says, Samudayasya Sakhi Rupatva Abhavat Asakhi iti Nijeda Pravritti Ghi Sanya. So don't give that foolish idea. Why? Because Samudaya is a Sakhi Rupatva Bhavat. It says Shesho Ghi Asakhi. Asakhi, very clearly. Only for Sakhi it is, not for the group which has Sakhi in some place. In the beginning, in the middle, or in the end. Somewhere. Sakhi Shabda. For that you should not bring the problem. So he says, Asakhi iti nishedha apravritte iti ghi sanya. So asakhi, this nishedha will not take place, therefore ghi sanya will definitely take place. But I gave you a logic, right? Sakhi should not take place because the pada anga adhikari. So for that he says, nacha susakhi shabdasya sakhi shabda rupatva abhavepi sakhi shabdantatvad asakhi iti paridasopi durnivariti. So see, though in susakhi the sakhi is not directly said, but still it is having the sakhi word in the end. Therefore, this negation which was said in the sutra will be applicable here also. Iti nacha vachyam. Don't say this. Why? Because shesho gyasakhi iti ityasya padanga adhikarastatva abhavadi bhavah. This shesho gyasakhi does not, it is not in the scheme of pada and anga adhikara. Only for pada and anga adhikara. Pada anga adhikare tasya cha tadantasya cha is the vidhi. Not for something which does not exist in pada and anga adhikara. So therefore he says susakhina. Angonastriyam will take place. Ghisanya angonastriyam susakhina. Okay. Susakhina susakhaye. Okay. Then nasing asor gune krute krita yanadeshatva bhavat kshatyatityu uttam nasya. So nyasi naso, for nasi and nasa, the yanadesha does not take place. Since yanadesha does not take place, the utva will not take place. Kshatyat parasya, that utva will not take place. Otherwise, sakyuhu, that will be the form. That sakyuhu kind of form will not take place here. Therefore, susakhehe is the rupa for nasi and nas. Okay. Susakhina iti gitvat natve rupam. Gitva natve rupam. Gitva natva rupa take place. Okay. So gerniti iti gune ayadesha. Susakhe gerniti guna ayadesha suksakhaye. Okay. Nasi isi. Nasingasoho gerniti iti tika. Nasingasoho gerniti iti gune krute kshatyad iti uttam na ityanvaya. So nasingasoho gerniti, if you do guna, then kyatyat parasya utya will not take place. Kutaityatah, why it will not take place? So he says krita yanadeshatva abhavatiti. There is no yanadesha here. Kyatyaditi ityatra krita yanadesha nirdeshena yatra yanadesha pravritti tatraiva utva pravritti. Wherever the yanadesha takes place, only there the utva will take place. Here it will not take place. That's the idea. Susakheti. Nasingasoho yeta rupam. For nasi and nasa, susakhe is the rupa. Susakhehe, that's the rupa. Okay. Susakho iti achagehe iti autam. Susakhehe achagehe out take place. Okay. Now, evam iti. Evam atishayitah sakha atishayakha. Atishayitah sakha. He is a very great friend. So atisakha. Paramasakha yasya iti vigrahe. So if you are going to bring in the bahuviriya samasa paramasakha yasya iti, then he says iti vigrahe paramasakha paramasakhayo ityadi rupam. There paramasakha paramasakhayo etc. will be rupa. Ha. Tika. Achagehe. Nasingasoho. Sukhauti. Achagehe iti. Ha. Atisakhe iti. Pradi samasa. This is pradi samasa. Okay. Ati plus sakha. Ati sakha. Na pujanat iti, na touch. Na pujanat, therefore, na pujanat, there it is negated. Therefore, Raja Sakibhya's touch will not take place. Vastastu. In reality, this is the scheme here. Udahrite sakhi shabde atisakhi shabde cha ghi sanya nabhavtiva. In the example which was given, susakhi and atisakhi, the ghi sanya will not take place definitely. Why? Shesho gyasakhi ityatra hi asakhi iti shesha vishesham. Shesho gyasakhi, there asakhi is an adjective. Asakhi, for that word, shesha is the adjective. Shesha asakhi. So he says tadanta vidhi. Therefore there will be a tadanta vidhi. So sakhi anta shabda also. Sakhi shabdanta bhinna sheshaha ghi asakhi ghi sanyah iti labhyate. Therefore we understand, other than the sakhi shabdanta, whatever word exists, for that ghi sanya will take place. Ateva yasyeti chaiti sutre ikare varatah ikar lope kimudaranam. So yasyeti cha, In that sutra, ikare paratah, following the ikara is dropped. The kim is the udarana for that. Sakhi ityatra sakhyashi sakyashishviti bhashayamiti gnishi ikara lopah. How does the ikara gets dropped here? So he says in the bhasha for sakhi sakyashishviti bhashayamiti for in bhashayam through this sutra nish gets dropped. Okay, bhashayam, it's not the bhasha, it's not the sutra bhasha. See, immediately what hits you is oh, in the bhashayam. Okay, it is said in the bhashya probably. No, in the bhashayam, not bhashyayam. In the bhasha, in the worldly usage. Okay. Nacha savarna dirghena nirvaha sankhya. No, we can do e plus e. Why do you have to drop it? Just do savarna dirgha. Akka savarna dirgha. Stay same e will be remaining. Don't even doubt that. Why? Sakhim atikrantah atisakhi. So this sutra should be applied there. The idea next is sakhim atikrantah atisakhi. Atisakhi. What does atisakhi mean? See there he said atisakhi atisakha means atishayita sakha iti. Here sakhim atikranta vartate, one who goes beyond the friendship, means he is more than a friend or he is an enemy. Whichever way. So atisakhi, normally this is for a friend, a greater friend kind of. Okay, so he is more than a friend kind of, we say, right? So that is what it is. Pradi samasa. Here also the pradi samasa takes place. Gostriyo iti rasva. Gostriyo upasarjanasya. Because of that rasva takes place. Adisaka atisakehe agacchati ityatra ikara lopa abhavat savarna dirghe tasya ekadeshasya पूर्वान्ततया सखी ग्रहणेन ग्रहणात् असखी इति पर्युदासे घी संज्ञा प्रतिषेधापत्तिः. अतिसखा अतिसखेः आगच्छति. Adhisakehe agachati. Here, ikara lopa does not take place. Since ikara lopa does not take place, e plus e will become a savarna dirgha. Savarna dirgha takes place. Then, tasya ekadeshasya and savarna dirgha, e plus e, both are replaced with one e. Purvantataya, and e is the purva e. Therefore, sakhi grahanena grahana. Therefore, by sakhi, this is also accepted. Therefore, asakhi iti paryudase ghi sanya pratishedapatti. Asakhi, when you say asakhi, this also is counted. Therefore, ghi sanya is negated here also. Ikara lopetu. But if you are going to do ikara lopa, if without doing the savarna dirgha, then nisho rasvatve krute nayam sakhi shabda. So nish and rasva, according to the Sutra Sakya Shvishvi iti bhashayam, if you do Gnish and Rasva, then this kind of situation will not take place. Nishas tadavayavatva bhavat iti bhashyam sankachati iti. And in the bhashya it is very clear. Nishah tadavayavatva bhavat. Nish is not an avayava of that, is not a part of limb of that Sakhi Shabda. Therefore, this bhashya will also be logical. Sangachati. This also will be proper. Acceptable. Shabdendu Shekhare Prapanchitam. This is what is explained in Shabdendu Shekha. Paramasakheti. So this is the gist of the Siddhanta Paksha. Paramasakheti. Bahurihitva Tatpurushatva Bhavat na touch. Since it is Bahuvrihi, it is not Tatpurusha. Therefore, touch will not. Raja has Sakhibhyas touch will not take place. No. Bahuvriyo Sakhishabdasya Gaunatvad. Katham Anangmitve Gaunamukhiyoho Mukhye Karya Sampratya iti Miyaya. So, Bahuvriho, if you do Bahuvrihi, then Sakhi Shabda will become Gauna. Sakhi Shabda is not the primary meaning for that word. Then, if that is the sense, then there is a rule. How can you not do the Ananga Nitva? Why? He says, Gauna Mukhyayoho Mukhye Karya Sampratya. See, when there is a contradiction between Gauna and Mukhya, Gauna means secondary, Mukhya means primary. When there is some contradiction between the primary and secondary, which will you choose? Definitely the primary. So that is what is the logical thing. The important one and non-important one. Let us take it like that. The important one and non-important one. So Mukhya is important and Gauna is non-important. So when you are talking about important and non-important, you are going to give importance to important, not the non-important. That is what is the logical thing. Therefore, he says, Ityatah. Therefore, you have to give, you should not give any importance because it's Gauna. So that is why he says in the Tika, Gaunatvepi Anangnitve Pravartita. Even if you are going to do make it Gauna, there is no problem in accepting Ananganitva. How do you say that? For that he says in the Tika now. Midachontyaat iti sutre trujvat kroshtuhu striyam cha iti bhashyakayatayoh tatsa drishtatvad iti bhava. In this is how in Midachontyaat Paraha Sutra, Bhashya and Kayata Tika, the Trijvat Kroshtu and Sriyamcha, in this sutras also, Trijvat Kroshtuhu means Kroshtu is the word which is for Jakal. Okay. So, Kroshtu is Ukaranta, but it will be treated as Trijvat, Kroshtru. Okay. So, Striyamcha and Striyamcha in Bhashya and Kayata, this is how it is seen. In these sutras also, that's how it is seen. Atisakhi iti. Sakhim atikranto atisakhi. One who goes beyond the sakhi is atisakhi. Again, another declination for it. There he says atishayitaha sakhi. Now he says atisayita shaka. Here he says sakhim atikranta atisakhi. Okay. There atisakha. Here atisakhihi. लिंग विशिष्ट परिभाषया अनित्यत्वात् न टच. So linga vishishta paribhasha, based on that it is anitya. The linga vishishta paribhasha itself is anitya. Therefore touch will not take place. Here anangnitve na bhavatah. Therefore anang harivat. Therefore it will be declined as hari. The adhisakhi will be declined as hari. Iha anangnitve na bhavatah. Therefore anangnit will not take place in this form. Okay, we'll come to that here. Adhisakiti. अत्यादय क्रांताद्यर्थे द्वितीय इति समास. अत्याद्यर्थे अत्यादय क्रांताद्यर्थे द्वितीय. This is the sutra which we saw earlier. So now अत्यादय क्रांताद्यर्थे द्वितीय and क्रांताद्यर्थे पंचम्याः also we saw. So गोस्त्रियोः इति रस्वः. गोस्त्रियोः उपसर्जनस्य based on that the rasva take place. राजाः सखीभ्यश्च इति touch तु न भवति. राजाः सखीभ्यश्च touch will not take place. Why? तस्मिन् कर्तव्ये रस्वस्य बहु अपेक्षया बहिरंगतया असिद्धत्वेन ईकारान्तत्वात्. So if you are going to do Raja Ahasakibhyas touch, then it will become bahiranga. Therefore asiddha. Therefore it remains as ikaranta. Ikaranta dirgha. Okay. Nanu evapi pradipadika grahane लिंग विशिष्टस्यापि ग्रहणमिति परिभाषया सखी शब्दान्तादपि टच भयादिति आशंक्याः. No, you didn't understand. प्रातिपदिकस्य ग्रहणे सखी शब्द if you accept तदन्तस्यापि whatever प्रातिपदिका सखी शब्द you are talking about, even that word which has सखी शब्द in the end, that also should be accepted. Therefore raja is sakibhyas touch, sakhi will have touch. Don't say that. Iti paribhashya touch syaditi ashankyaः. Don't say this. Why? Shakti lankusha iti vartike ghatagati grahana tasyaha nityatvam iti bhava. So in Shakti lankusha, this vartika, in the bhashya he is declining at us. There are two words, ghatagati, ghata and gati. So if it is nitya, there will be only one declension. Since it is anitya, he is bringing two words, ghata ghati. Okay. No. Harivaditi katham. You just said harivat, not shesho harivat. Harivat. How did he say atisaki as harivat? So for that he says anang nit bhavayoho pravurto rupa bhedati. So that is why he says anang nit bhava takes place. Then there will be two forms. How did you say harivat? If you say harivat, there will be only one form. For that he says iheti. Here anang nitve na bhavata. Anang nit doesn't take place. But why doesn't take place? Kuto na bhavata hai. Why is not taking place? For that he is answering Gostreti Raswatvena Sakhishabdasya Lakshanikatvat. Gostriyor Upasarjanasya. There, the Sakhishakta Shabda will become Lakshanika. Okay? Lakshana Pradipaktoyo Pradipaktosta Vyeva Garahanam. When there is a Lakshana and Pradipadokta, then we accept the Pradipadokta only. See, earlier we saw Paribhasha. When there is important and non-important, we accept only the important. Here again, he is giving something in a similar line. When there is Lakshana and there is Pratipada, we accept only Pratipada. What does Lakshana and Pratipada mean? We have to understand that. Lakshana, Pratipada. Let's first understand Pratipada. See, a word, let us take a word. How do you understand what that word means? You cannot just say, oh, bird means bird. No, word does not mean bird. Okay. He is using a pot. I'm saying a word, just saying. He is using pot. When I say he is using pot, what does that mean actually? When I am going to take the direct meaning, word meaning, which is called as Pratipada. Okay, not Pratipadika, Pratipada. The direct meaning, the word meaning. So what it means is he is using a pot with which you carry water, etc. Okay, a vase. Now, if I'm going to do Lakshanika, Lakshana means implied meaning. Then you understand the pot word becomes a different meaning. He is using pot means it gives you a different meaning, right? So this is the difference. So what do you understand? Whether you do when there are two words, when I am saying pot, so what is the immediate knowledge you gain? You don't think crookedly and go behind some other word like pot, but you understand it to be a simple pot. Okay, not weed. So that is why he says Lakshana Pradipadauktayoho Pradipadauktasya eva Grahanam. When there is two possibility of two meanings, one direct meaning and implied meaning, you accept the direct meaning. Lakshana, Lakshanikatvaditi, Tika. Lakshanam Shastram. Lakshanam is Shastram here. Means the word, the implied meaning which you take through the Shastra. Tatra Bhava Ityarthe. Shastram Tatra Bhava. That which exists in the Shastra is Lakshanika. Bhavacho Antodata iti Antodata titicha iti va Adhyatmatvat va touch time. Time may take place because of Bhavacho Anta Antodata. By this Lakshanika, time pratyaya. Okay. So there is a sutra. So time ika will take place. Lakshanika. Atisakhi shabda swarupasya samanyatah shastrad unneyatvad vavat. Adisakhi shabda swarupa is what is accepted generally in the Shastra. Whatever generally understood meaning, that is how you have to accept it. Shakhi shabdastu naivam, but not the Sakhi shabda. Why? Samanam khyayate. Because Sakhi word can also mean Sakhi friend or Samanam khyayate janaihi iti. People say similarly. Khyayate kya prakatane, to speak. Samanam, equally, similarly. Janaihi, people. So, people speak similarly. Now, instead of understanding it Sakha, the direct meaning, the word meaning, I am taking the implied meaning. So, he says, iti, initi, in iti, nicha iti, yalopa iti, cha anuvartamane. When you bring in the in, nicha and yalopa, then samane kyaha sacha udata iti, khyadhatoho inascha. Then samane kyaha cha such udata samana, when the samanartha kya will take place, and that will be udata. In this, the kya dhatu, kya prakatane dhatu will be used. Therefore, vishishyopadanatvena, when you are accepting this specially, with accepting this specially, you are defining this word. Then, tasya pradipaduktattvaditi bhava. That becomes pradipadukta. No. Lakshanikasya api grahanam kuto na ityatah. Why do you accept only the Pradipadukta? Why don't you accept the Lakshanika also? For that is lakshana iti. Lakshana shabdena lakshanikam vivakshitam. By lakshana we mean lakshanika. Okay. Vishishya pratyakshopadishtam pradipadiktam iti uchyate. Tayor madhye प्रतिपदोक्तस्य एव ग्रहणमिति परिभाषितत्वात् इत्यर्थः. विशिष्य प्रत्यक्षोपदिष्टम, specially something which is said directly, that is what is called as pratipodoktam. On the lakshana and pratipada, pratipoktasya eva granamiti paribhashatvat. We have to accept only the pratipada, the direct meaning. That is how it is said. Special direct meaning is how we have to accept. That is what is the paribhasha means. Parivoktam jhatiti upast. Why do you have to accept pratipadakta? The direct meaning, not the implied meaning. Because pratipadoktam jhatiti upasthitikam, lakshanikam to lakshana anusandhanad vilambita upasthitikam. When you say pot, the word pot immediately hits you. The kambugurivadi matva, the pot which you carry water, etc., the vase, immediately hits you. You understand the meaning. But do you understand? Pot. I mean pot. Then, oh, he is making faces. So he is not talking about the pot which I know. Oh, do you understand? Pot. Over. Kambugurivadi mattam. The vase. Pot. It takes some time. So that is why he says lakshana anusandhana. First you have to understand the implication, and then vilambitattvena. There is a gap. There is a gap between the understanding and the ucharana, pronunciation. That is why he says padivaktoktamadaya shastrasya charitarthatvat na lakshanike pravritti nyaya siddha cha iyam paribhasha. So by accepting the word meaning itself, and the word when the shastra is clearly established, then why do you have to go through the implications and all, implied meaning and all? There is no point in that. So that is what is the idea behind this paribhasha. Okay. Next, asa pati shabde vishesham darshyati. Now earlier we saw with reference to Sakhi and Pati, this is the Kyatya Kiti. There we saw. Okay. So he says Kyatya Parasya. There he says Kiki Titi. There the Titi is for Pati, etc. Okay. So he is bringing that word. Pati Shabde Vishesham Darshyati. What is the specialty with the Pati Shabda? So that is said Pati Samasa Eva. Pati Samasa Eva. Pati Samasa Eva. Patihi Samase Eva. Tripada Sutra. Patihi Samase Eva. For Pati only in the Samasa. Okay. Pati Shabdaha Samase Eva Ghi Sanyasya. What happens? Ghi Sanya. We have to bring in the Shesho Gyasaki Ghi. Or where is it coming? Shesho Gyasaki. Okay. So what happens is for the Pati Shabda, only in the Samasa Ghi Sanya take place. Not for any other individual word, Pati. That is why he says Patya, Patye, Patyuhu, Patyuhu, Patinam, Patyai, Patyau, etc. Shesham Harivat. The rest are Harivat, like Hari. Pati Samasa. Shesho Gyasaki ityatah Ghi iti anuvartate. Okay. Shesho Gyasaki, from there you carry forward the word Ghi. Tadaha Pati Shabda ityadina. Patya, Patye iti Gitva Bhavat, Natva Gunatva Bhave, Yani Rupam. So since Patya Patye, how is it happening? There is no Ghi. Therefore, there is no Na. Angona Striyam. Therefore, you bring in the Yan. After doing the Yan, Patya, Ikoenachi. So you have Patya, etc. Rupa. Okay. Patyuhiti. Kyatyat iti uttam. Patyuhu. Patyuhu means Kyatyat Parasya. So U takes place. Otherwise, it will be Patyaha or Patti. Patti. Okay. Patyaviti. No, Patyaha. It will be Patyaha, not Patyuhu. Okay. Nasinga Soho. Patye iti. Okay. Patyo iti. Gitva bhavat achagehe iti abhave out iti ngehe out yani rupam. So Gitva bhava does not take place. Therefore, Gi does not take place. Therefore, the achagehe will not take place. Therefore, we bring in the out sutra and N and all you do it, and then you have Patyo. Okay. Yani rupam. Arama samarthyadev niyamarthatve siddhe evakarastu patirev. This is an important thing. Pati samase. This sutra, this is enough. Pati samase is enough. Eva, only. There is no point in that. Eva is a useless word, redundant. Why? Because for pati, for the word pati, only in samasa, for the word pati, in samasa, you bring in gi sanya. For word pati, in samasa, you bring in gi sanya. So the sense is established. He has to say eva. Why do you have to say eva? Only. So for that he says, the niyamarthat siddhe, the niyama rule is established. But still, eva karastu, he is bringing the eva to say definitely this patireva samase ghiriti. Only pati in the samasa will take the ghee. Viparita niyama vyavritirtha. This idea we don't want to. Only the pati, the word pati, in samasa, ghee will take place. Only for pati, in samasa, the ghee will take place. This idea people should not get. To remove this idea, this rule, idea of rule, we have to say eva. Okay? Tena suharina ityadi siddhiti. Therefore, in suhari, etc., suharina, angonastriyam, etc., takes place under in kubhyam. So, rashabhyam nonah samanapade. Suharina. Samasetu bhutayati. So, he is bringing the next word. Samasetu bhupataye, bhupataye. World patai is the Lord of the world. Bhupati is a Ishvara or king. Bhupati is king also. King is accepted to be Vishnu, that's why. Samase tu bhupatayati. Bhupatina ityadi upalakshanam. Bhupatina is upalakshana. Bhupataye is the word. Bhupatina is a upalakshana. Next he says, Bhupataye patye. For Chaturtyanta, patye, right? So, patya, etc. So, he says, patye is the word, actually, proper word. Sitayaha pataye namaha ityadi. Sitayah patye namaha is how the word should be. But what is the word given here? Sitayaha pataye namaha. In the Mantra Shastra, if you say Sitayah pataye namaha in the shloka, Sitayah pataye namaha Rama, who is he? Sitayaha pataye, one who is the Lord of Sita. But here pataye is a wrong usage. Patye should be. Oh, this is Arsha Prayoga. Arsha Rishi Prayoga. There is no issue here. So, I was explaining it. In North India, some places you have this kind of issues. They will say Om Narayana Namaha, something like that. When you add Namaha, Namah Swaha Swadha Swasti Vashat Yoga Cha, Chaturthi only take place. It should be Narayanaya, but they will write it as Narayana. The South, no, I am not talking about they will be perfect in writing. No, they don't write itself. They write their names. Let us say in the car, behind the car, they'll write Manigandan. In Tamil, Manigandan is how you write. So they read it as Manigandan, pronounce it as Manigandan, and transliterate in English also as Maniganda. But Maniganda is not the right word. Manikantha. Mani iva kantha, throat, not ganda. Right? So these kind of mistakes take place, but that is Arsha Prayoga. Even Maniganda is Arsha Prayoga. Okay. Next. Iti Arsham. Acha Kati Shabde Vishesham Darshit. Then we are bringing the Kati Shabda. She is showing the specialty with regards to the Kati Shabda. Kati Shabdo Nityam Bahuvachanantaha. Kati Shabda is always used in plural. How many? 1, 2, 3. You can say the answer may be 1, 2, 3. But when you ask how many, then you are referring to multiple people, multiple things. So he says, Kati Shabdo Nitya Bahuvachananta iti tika. किमः संख्यापरिमाणे इति इत्यनेन किं शब्दात् बहुत्वसंख्यावाचि अवच्छिन्न संख्येय विषय प्रश्ने एव दतिः. किमः संख्यापरिमाणे in the sutra with kim shabda when you are referring to plural bahutva sankhya avachinna, when you are implying something which is associated with multiple things, then whatever is that which is associated with multiple things, with reference to that we use when we have a question, then with reference to that we use that for the kim shabda dati pratyaya, we bring dati pratyaya for that kim shabda, it becomes kati. Okay, kim, the im o goes, and k plus ati, kati. Okay, dati dakara chutu iti bhashya spashtatvat bhavah. So in bhashya this is very clearly said, therefore this sau kati shabda is a bahuvachananta. अतः षट्का संज्ञा कार्यं वक्ष्यन् षट्संज्ञा उपयोगिनीं संख्या संज्ञामाह. So now he wants to give these shat sanya, shad, six is shad is six, but shad is also a sanya. Shad is sankhya and shad is sanya. This is a complicated thing, understand. Shad is sankhya, number. Shad is sanya, name. We want to give a shad, a name called shad. Okay, but before giving the name called shad, we want to give another name called sankhya. Shad is sankhya, shad is sanya, right? So before we want to define the shad as sanya, we want to give another sanya called sankhya. So for that he says bahu ganavatu dati sankhya, bahu ganavatu dati sankhya, bahu ganavatu dati sankhya, bahu ganavatu dati sankhya. While we were studying, there was this famous a politician in Uttarakashi, Rishikesh area, and in Srinagar, Uttarakhand, Srinagar, above there, beyond, close to Devaprayag, after Devaprayag. Okay, so there is this place called Srinagar. In that Srinagar, there is a university, Bahuguna University, Bahuguna. Okay, we used to read this as Bahuguna Vatu Dati Sankhya. Bahu gana, bahu gana, batu dati. There are 4 words here. So these words get sankhya sanya. Ete sankhya sanya syu. These words get sankhya sanya. That is why he says tika. Bahuscha, ganascha, vatuscha, datischa iti samahara dandva. It is samahara dandva. That is why it is in singular. And that is why samahara dandva. Samahara dandva singular. And that is why 1 is sanya. We can understand if both the sutras are complete sutra and it is only in singular, then it is a prathama ekavachana, then it is a sanya sutra. So 1 if it is 1 then it is sanya sutra. We understand that. Okay, so samaharadanda yeda sankhya sanyam syadityartha. This gets the name sankhya. Sankhya is the sanya. Okay, phalitamaha, what is the use if you are going to give it sanya, sankhya of sanya, sanya of sankhya, name of sankhya? What does it mean? Eteti bahuvadaya ityartha. Ete means the bahu, etc. What happens to them? Bahugana shabdau iha tritva parardhanta sankhya vyapaka dharma visheshana vachino grishyate. When we say bahu and gana, what we refer to is right from plural 3 to million, trillions, billions, whatever that is. Tritva from 3 to parardhanta, trillions, millions, whatever that is. Okay, the major number which you can comprehend, that is what it is. We'll see this. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.